this whole genre of advertising, which is slightly absurd comedy, I'm personally not a big fan.
Did you not like the Rahul Dravid cred also?
No. By the way, it's a brilliant.
I know, I love it.
Bought like the entire case and that vanished at home.
Energy ka bus ek king sting.
Same format of advertising. It's just basic.
What's the difference between Coke and Pepsi? You remember the consumption shot of both these drinks? Coke consumption shot is pass, drink.
Yeah.
This is Coke. Pepsi is
open the bottle. Yeah.
But if you guys want us to review an ad that you personally like, drop it in the comments. We'll be more than happy to review it. We'll do something fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of This Living Room. Tonight we're going to be reviewing ads. We've done this before, we'll do it again because it's a lot of fun.
We've done this twice before. Yeah,
2 ads we've been.
This is becoming like a thing.
Yeah. We picked cement last time.
Yeah.
Let's pick something fun. Beverages.
Oh, perfect. Summertime.
Bottled beverages.
Canned is also okay, no? Doesn't have to be bottled. Anything.
Okay.
Any beverage.
Summer time.
Summer beverage. I'm very tempted to do Coke and Pepsi, but let's not. Oh, breakthrough brands. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Lahori Zeera?
Yeah.
So let's find the latest ad on Lahori Zeera. The other one is Sting. Completely.
But Sting is not in the same zone as Lahori Zeera.
No. Both cold beverages.
Sting
one has energy, the other is non-energy,
okay.
right? But largely like carbonated beverages. Yeah, Red Bull is also carbonated, Sting is also carbonated, so is Lahori Zeera. Yeah. So the carbonated soft drink category with the two breakout brands in the last 3-4 years. I'm assuming they've not done two campaigns.
So there's one which is 2 months ago.
Let's do that. Full screen, please.
Yeah.
मसालेदार मजेदार हर कोई पी रहा लाहौरी ज़ीरा.
Thoughts? Let me get some water.
Honestly, I'm just trying to understand.
Har koi pee raha Lahori Zeera is a. Are you going to comment on that line? Because that line is an old line.
Yeah, but what are you trying to say with that line? As in, what would have?
Everyone's drinking Lahori Zeera.
Yeah, so what? Like, if I'm not a drinker of Lahori Zeera, then I should feel FOMO that other people are.
Mass drink, everyone's drinking it. Everyone knows why.
Yeah, so as in, what does it do for the brand? What does this?
But that's not the idea of this film. There's an idea of this film. That's not the idea. That line is. It's like share happiness. That's the tagline. So this is the tagline for Lahori Zeera. The idea for this film is a different idea.
But open happiness, all the films talk back to open happiness.
Correct,
right? But
so that's happening here by showing the sheer multitude of people
in different situations.
Yeah, that's coming up.
But what idea are you talking about? Tell me more.
Oh, you didn't catch that idea?
I don't know what you're talking about. Are we talking about the same thing or not?
The idea of drinking.
Yeah, I know this particular action.
So, which is why you're creating.
Yeah, I got that because the hole is because of that. The hole in the wall.
Correct.
Okay, so this whole genre of advertising, which is slightly absurd comedy, right? I'm personally not a big fan. Okay, very few times have I seen great execution of this, right? And
why are you not a huge fan of this?
As in, it doesn't do it.
So, did you not like the Rahul Dravid cred also?
No.
Okay.
But as in this
That brand of humor only you don't like.
this genre, I like it doesn't do anything for me personally, right? As in, but that's not the point, right? But like, what does this do for the brand also is something that I'm failing to understand. As in, I'm not in my head, I'm not able to construct what the backward brief would have been. Like, so what is possibly the goal of the brand?
I think I know. I think I know what was going on.
Tell me.
Behind closed doors. Okay, so there was, I don't remember which, I think they're trying to start a habit, right? How you consume something, right? So Kit Kat is, right? Now this, there was a thumbs up? Was this holding the can like that? What was it? What
But I know some brand was there, but yeah, there was that.
You know what I'm talking about, no?
Yeah.
Long time back. It was this motion. It was a Pepsi can. I can't
I think it
remember.
was 7-Up if I'm not wrong. 7-Up used to be the cool brand in the portfolio. I think it was 7-Up.
Anyway, so I remember this very clearly, okay? Of drinking. So imagine if this became social currency and everyone was drinking the drink like this.
Yeah.
That was for that drink. For Lahori Zeera, I think what they're trying to do is just how do you consume a drink? You don't consume a drink like that, right? You usually consume a drink like this.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is
Yeah, I know.
that. So I think it's interesting. Like if you can get all the drinkers to just drink like that, like that, it's nice. It's interesting. So you show that by having many. So you take that and then you stretch it creatively. So what do people have to do? They have to cut holes on this thing. Then the sunscreen doesn't come there. So
Yeah.
as an execution, it's interesting.
No, but like so I get the execution, right? I get trying to create this particular visual imagery of if a bottle or anything is being drunk like this, it has to be Lahori. I get all that. Okay? Now, if you deconstruct the beverage category, cold consumption, hot consumption, right? Within all these, there are occasions of consumption. Okay, hot consumption has like hot tea, coffee have very specific pre-breakfast, breakfast, middle of the day, right? Then the evening tea time, possibly before sleeping, which is all the herbal teas, all of that, right? Cold consumption also has its entire consumption occasions mapped out, right? A lot of it is out of home consumption, right? So, for example, if you see a lot of campaigns that Thumbs Up does with food, it's associating eating biryani with
Correct.
with Thumbs Up, right? So
Yeah.
it's consume this with the meal. Coke, you will find these occasions where like friends are gathered and people are.
Yeah,
It's a social occasion, right? So I get the occasion logic of this. Okay, the category is largely broken down into cold, hot, and then occasions between cold and hot, and you want to
Own that occasion.
own one of the occasions. If you are Coke, then you want to occasion multiple. You want to own multiple occasions. Okay. For a brand which is Lahori Zeera's size, I would still presume a large part of its marketing effort will go behind new consumer acquisition. Okay? Like not the D2C way of new consumer acquisition, but getting people to try this. This will be a seasonal campaign, very high impact media buying in summer season, and then taper off, right? Classical advertising, the way this is done. Will this do anything other than create, as in my head, what mental structure am I building? So while I understand this absurd style of drinking, I get that. But har koi pira Lahori Zeera, I don't know what it's doing. As in, if I'm already a drinker of Lahori Zeera, if I've had it before, then it's telling me, oh, okay, you are part of the many.
Yeah.
So it's validating my choice.
Yeah.
If I'm not, is it good enough to create FOMO for me? Because as in, is it saying that
It seems like a drink that India is drinking. From an advertising perspective, it seems that it's not a solo, like one person enjoying it somewhere. It seems like a mass drink.
Yeah. So it is a mass drink. It's
Yeah.
priced like that also,
Yeah.
right? I think it's $10 or $15 for that small bottle, and like you can buy and on Blinkit you can buy. By the way, it's a brilliant.
I
drink.
know, I love it.
It's a brilliant drink,
Yeah.
right? And I bought like the entire case, and that vanished at home. Okay, it's a mass drink for sure, right? This is not premium SCCA. It's not in that zone at all. I'm sure a lot of consumption is happening, but it's not positioned that way. It's not built that way. To get the trial, to get the new user to try, is this the most effective positioning? Is this the most effective creative? I don't know. As in, I'm still struggling to form any mental structure. As far as
I think it's occupied space. It's very difficult for a new brand of beverages to enter this crowded. It's a crowded market.
but why they did this? That was only because of the product, right? As in
the
this.
Zeera.
So this is more like Banta soda, right? Which is very popular up north.
Yeah.
And this is a packaged Banta soda, better tasting, standardized. So the consumption of this was happening. This is a classic example of, like, for example,
The consumption was happening, but at an unorganized level.
unorganized, right? So, like another one of our partner brands, Go Desi, founded by Vinay. Vinay is a batchmate of mine. So you remember these Imli candies which
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
get
I
in
know,
Jet?
I know
So
Go
Go
Desi.
Desi has these pops, right? So this was something people used to consume, but he's just made it better.
Correct.
It comes in a stick, it's much larger, so and it's packaged, standardized, all of that, right? So I get that logic, as in why that grew. But for consumption for this to happen and trials for this to happen, I'm not able to construct the brief, right? In my head, as in the marketing logic as to why this will get somebody to try. I don't get it.
I think the brief was very simple. Create a visual hook, entertaining enough for people to go to the shop and ask for Lahori Zeera. Why have brief?
Yeah,
Simple
but that doesn't do anything for the brand, no?
Why?
As in, okay.
You don't
so
think trials will increase after watching this?
I don't know. As in, and I'm sure brand will have that answer.
Like if this was playing on TV,
Haan.
mass media, good enough, yeah. It's differentiated enough for sure. In just look at advertising.
Okay, so
it's differentiated advertising for sure.
So creative execution, okay. While I'm not a fan of the genre of advertising, I still think it's a very well executed ad, right? I think the moments that they've picked up, the smaller moments of that person tripping when the guy is
Correct.
above the floor, this brilliant visual of the face tanned versus only this part not being tanned.
It's shot very well.
It's shot very well. I think the creative execution of this is bang on, right? Production quality good, everything, check boxes, everything. In my head, what it doesn't do is, if I had to think back on what is the single-minded message, I don't know what research would play back as single-minded message on this brand, on this ad. I have no idea. Okay, what would consumers play back as the single-minded message? I don't know.
वो वाला drink just ऐसे पी रहा था.
But you need more than that for that trial to happen, na? See, you are not the category leader where everybody understands who you are, what you stand for, and then a visual metaphor works, right? You are an entrant into a very large category dominated by very large brands, and this is not enough for trial, in my opinion. As in, I might be completely wrong, and the data would suggest otherwise, right? But I don't know whether the brief is pointed enough, and whatever this creative execution is, somebody has taken this brief and elevated it and said that, hey, I'm going to make something out of this, right? And I don't even think briefs are written like saying create a visual metaphor. That is creative's job, right?
Correct.
So if I had to write this brief, I can't write a brief which will deliver this output. As in, I'm like, in my head, I'm still struggling. What brief do I write to get this output? On the line, har koi pira Lahori Zeera. So in some sense, as a user validation, but I want to get new trials. So there is some level of FOMO ki, I haven't tried something which everybody else is drinking.
Har koi comes from har koi.
Har koi. So if I'm a non-trialist, then I can possibly take back this ad saying, Acha, let me give this a shot. Everybody else seems to be drinking.
हाँ, बस वही तो चाहिए. After that, you'll be repeat.
After that, product will do the job. I'm saying that I can still possibly understand. I don't know whether that is the best positioning. I'm not sure, but I can still get that. But the brief for the ad, I don't get at all. As in my head,
Let's pick another brand. This was Lahori Zeera.
But overall, I think just creative, like 9 on 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Positioning, no idea. Like thinking, marketing, no idea. Can't comment. Okay, now we're watching Sting. You know where my head is at right now?
Right.
I'm constantly thinking, am I missing something? And this is going to play in my head. Energy ka? Anyway, I'll come back. Sting energy!
एनर्जी का बस एक गेम स्टिंग.
See, same absurdist. You know what I'm saying? As an over-exaggerated, absurd.
But it's very energy drink code. Taking one thing and showing if you had energy, what you stretch that. It's not differentiated enough for me.
Do you remember any? So I know that Red Bull only does one ad. As in the ad of Red Bull is that animated Red Bull.
Monster, this, that.
What does Monster do? I don't remember any Monster ads. Because see, Red Bull is basically all event based, like event IP based, right? Somebody jumping off the cliff, somebody jumping from the plane. But the ad is that very animated that Red Bull gives you wings, right? That is the only ad I remember of Red Bull. I haven't seen any other ad. Does Monster even do advertise? I don't know. In India, I don't think they do, or maybe
No,
they
India.
did. Yeah, but again, see, same problem with this. As in, what is the brief?
You tell me what is the brief.
Show the benefit. I don't know. I'm trying to. And what is the line? Energy ka what? Energy ka?
It's written in Hindi. I can't read Hindi.
No, it's written in English.
Energy ka bus ek king sting.
I'm still. I don't know. Maybe I'm also used to categories which are slightly more like layered in that sense.
See, it starts off with this guy. What's his name? Not this guy. This guy. He's a actor. No?
He became famous recently, na, in some movie or something.
Because even you don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
So, I want to say, was he actually not playing with these guys, or was he playing with himself? Because
Play once
when
again.
it starts
No,
off,
play the. It's a 20 second. Play once again.
yeah, he's playing with him. Then two other of his friends join in.
Yeah, one guy wasn't. As in, one guy felt that okay, let
But
me get.
what I didn't understand was that, see, look from here. He drinks. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy drinks.
No, the other guy drinks.
Which guy drinks?
Are the main? This guy, red t-shirt drinks, red jacket.
Okay, he drinks. Who puts that bottle down? Because that's not the red guy.
Oh, okay. So now I get it. So this is a 10 rupee energy drink. It's a sasta energy drink.
So he's drinking.
He's
the three
drinking
bottles.
Sting. No, he's drinking one bottle of Sting, and these guys are drinking 3 bottles of a cheaper energy drink.
Huh?
Yeah. Go
It's
back.
not, it's not cheaper energy drink.
No, Baba, go back. Start play from the beginning. This is which see. This is like okay. This is the cheaper energy drink which he's drunk.
Which the red guy.
No, the blue guy. See this.
This is
Competition. He is drunk. Competition cheap.
Oh, 10 and fuck! I completely missed that. I thought this was
Exactly. So see, this is what eventually happens. As in you start missing all this. Okay. So the 10 rupee energy drink, 3 bottles of 10 rupee energy drink are still worse than 1 bottle of Sting. Dekha? Now.
The size of the bottle is the same. So
Arey.
when in that shot,
So these guys also
see
drink.
this shot, my mind has already made the move of small bottle and it Sting, and now in this visual, my mind is completing this pattern by thinking this is Sting only.
Yeah. So which is and again, I think they should have done little.
This red is also fucking.
They shouldn't have been red.
Ah.
Even the product which is the little left is also red. In that, can you see the bottle?
This one, no?
Yeah. Right. So this shouldn't have happened. All this shouldn't have happened. Or maybe I don't know what their competition is. Maybe it's also red. Right. Sting might have a competition which I'm not aware of, which might also be like this red drink. Yeah, but
Yeah, but confuse the fuck out of me. Is the red jacket guy drinking 3 drinks for 3 players? Are those guys?
see, the mental framework eventually is very clear. One red jacket guy, the protagonist, versus 3 evil people.
But you don't know who's the one that has drunk the Sting.
Yeah, because that's the confusion that happened, right?
Yeah.
They're assuming that 10 rupee energy drink, I will figure out that is competition.
Huh.
Which most people might, I don't know. We missed it. Initially, I also missed it, right? I had to think it through eventually to get it. Yeah, but again, same format of advertising. It's just basic. There's nothing in the brief which would have kind of said that kuch alag karo isme.
Show energy in the best way possible in a relatable incident. Relatable incident becomes
This is also
TT.
not relatable. This is just
TT.
absurd. हाँ
Incident is TT.
हाँ कुछ तो कराएगा.
हाँ.
Either he'll be
Very-
jumping
very
up and
need
down,
energy.
running, dancing.
Correct. Show this is better than the other competition. So you have TT match. Now show one is really better than the other. So you have 3 more players.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a very lateral way of thinking.
हाँ, as in even from a brief standpoint, it's lateral, like that, which results into that tagline, right? क्या energy का hero, energy का एक king, Sting.
Sting.
So the best energy drink is Sting, right? As in that's also
Correct.
I think lateral. The execution is lateral. I don't know. As in,
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I think Lahori Zeera is. I mean, even though it's not an energy drink and it's not a fair comparison, but yeah, Lahori.
At least there were creative layers to it.
Yeah.
As in when you saw the ad,
the storytelling was nice there.
the storytelling was nicer.
Yeah.
I think both of these from a brief standpoint, I don't know. Maybe it's just the nature of the category where how much will you differentiate on a beverage, right? As in it's a in the moment, on the go consumption occasion. A lot of it happens on the go versus planned consumption. So it's that way, that much more difficult, which also means that the memory structures matter, right? Why do you think open happiness has been running for so many years? Right?
Correct, absolutely.
As in it number one, you land on something like that.
And you stay there.
And you stay there. Even Thumbs Up, right? Thumbs Up has essentially been saying the same thing for years. They just keep changing who their protagonist is, who the celebrity that they work with, down south and even here. And which is why when you think of Pepsi, right? Because Pepsi would keep changing the thinking behind the
Let
brand.
me ask you a question. I ask the Brand Lab audience. Brand Lab or copy traineeship audience, I think. What's the difference between, visually, what's the difference between Coke and Pepsi?
The bottle shape is different?
No. Not from a product perspective, from an advertising perspective.
So Pepsi is more individualistic. Coke is more family. Coke is more social.
You remember the consumption shot of both these drinks? End में consumption shot होता है ना in the films.
हाँ.
So Coke consumption shot is what? Coke consumption shot is pass, drink.
Yeah.
This is Coke. Pepsi is
open the bottle. Yeah.
Dhak. Very
so it's
solo.
individual. Pepsi. So it's the same thing within these as well, right? Nike is solo, Adidas is team. So
is Nike solo?
Nike is solo. Nike is I am the athlete. Me being the athlete. Adidas is always about team sport. The Adidas ethos is team.
Oh, I now look at it.
Yeah,
like
think of it that way. And if you'll also like the sports that Adidas will show, they'll always be team sports. The things that Adidas will sponsor will always be team. And Adidas is more team. Nike.
But doesn't Nike do football?
Of course it does. And it has to, right? You can't stay away from football. But the Nike ethos, so Nike will champion the player. Adidas will champion the team in advertising even when they're doing football. Right? Nike, the hero is always going to be the individual athlete. Adidas is always going to be team. So, and it's a very structured difference between these two, constantly. And which is why I think coming back to Pepsi, right? Because Pepsi did a bunch of these different repositionings over the years.
No.
Yeah, Pepsi said, what was the Pepsi message in the early 2000s? When you were working on Pepsi account, huh?
But that was repositioning, but the basic framework was still solo.
Yeah, it was. But what was the positioning? सबसे पहले Pepsi का क्या था? That time early on, I'm forgetting the line.
ये दिल मांगे more.
ये दिल मांगे more, and then it changed to something else. I don't even know what it is right now.
The last campaign Pepsi did was Pepsi थी पी गया.
Pepsi थी पी गया. हाँ.
Between that there was something else.
But think of this, right? I think Open Happiness has lasted much longer. And Open Happiness
But Open Happiness is not a campaign line.
It's a platform.
It's a platform.
It's a platform, which also happens to be the campaign line.
No, the campaign lines keep changing.
Does it? I haven't seen that. Yeah, but I'm saying there is consistency on the platform.
Share a Coke was one campaign.
Share a Coke was one campaign.
So their campaigns keep changing.
Yeah.
But the platform remains the same.
Yeah. So there's consistency there. Yeah. So interesting, I think. But coming back to these two, brief I can't deconstruct at all. As in my head, I'm still struggling as to both brands, what the brief was. But Lahori Zeera execution significantly better.
Yeah, absolutely. This not so much.
This not so much. Yeah.
But if you guys want us to review an ad that you personally like, drop it in the comments. We'll be more than happy to review it next time we record. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.